Born around 1860s, the main character of our story is a heroine named Mekatilili Menza. My name is Delilah. I go by Stella. If you haven't subscribed yet, please be sure to hit the red button. And if you have, thank you so much. So Mekatilili Menza was born in the Aguriama community in Kilifi County in Kenya. She was a force to be reckoned with. She was kind of like the first woman to go against the British colonizers in Kenya. So Mekatilili Womenza was a really good dancer, and she used her dancing to attract crowds. Mekatilili Womenza was a widow. Her husband had died, so she had a little freedom to speak for herself. You see, back then, women were not allowed the freedom of speech. The men spoke for them, and that was that. But Lily had no husband, so she had to speak for herself, and she milked every opportunity she got and fought against the colonial rule. You see, the colonizers came and they wanted to eradicate the African culture and instill their culture, the British culture, and they levied taxes on forced labor. They also forced some Africans to go and fight in the First World War. It was during the First World War. They were ruthless, to say the least. So their supervisor was a man named Arthur Champion, and he was an okay. Forgive my French. It was a really bad man. Anyway, so Arthur, he grabbed land, killed Africans, he burned homes, he did everything, like everything bad that could be done. So Mekatilili was so done with it, and she always advocated, went against Arthur, and even got arrested. He had a staunch supporter named Wanje. He was kind of a really, like, his right hand man. So Wanje and Mekatilili got arrested. They were ferried to Kisii, and they stayed there for some time, but they managed to escape somehow and came back to their community just to fight the colonial rule. And when people heard that she was back, they gathered again and started to fight the colonizers again. You see, back it was during the World War, so the finances from the British were stretched thin, and Champion saw that he was fighting a losing war. Even though he managed to kill hundreds of Africans and burn thousands of homes, the Mekatilili Menza and his group managed to chase away Arthur and his people. You see, they somehow found love during the time they were arrested together, and they got married. So they were elected the leaders, because Lila Menza was not born a leader. She was not born into a family of rank or anything like that. She was just a mere village person, clan member who just saw what was wrong and fought against it. So because of this, I think some people were against them, and because it was back then, I think it was because she was a woman, most people were against them, and it made their clan remain stunted in terms of growth. And like most of the African tales, they didn't really have a good ending. Like she didn't become a great leader, and according to people, she died, sunk into the ground, and was never seen. Okay, you see, African tales are weird because they always make the death so dramatic, and there are rarely any good endings. I wonder why. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit the red button and subscribe. So because of the passing of stories from generation to generation, some facts might have been distorted. So if you know better than I, please be sure to comment on the comment section. And if I added some salt, exaggeration, that was for the story fun. Anyway, adios.